Imagine this. Your name is Carl. You've been working your whole life as a janitor at a local high school. In your spare time, you like to gamble and play video games. You have a wife and friends with whom you drink a beer after work with every day. But none of these relationships really mean anything. You never chose any of this. Everyone just bosses you around. You never make any decision yourself. You're unhappy and every day is always the same. Day in and day out, your days are the same and they go on and they go on. Always the same way, always the same. The days go on and always going on and always the same and always going, and then suddenly you see something. A glitch? And once you see that glitch, you can't unsee it. You progress, but you can't unsee it. You progress, but you can't progress. You want to know the truth. You will realize that once you look deeper into things, the more everything seems to go wrong. And then you realize the truth. And the truth is, you're inside a pitch video about a video game about realizing you're inside a video game. You realize that all you were meant for is to showcase the feeling, writing and tone of a game that probably doesn't even exist yet. A game called System. System is a first-person RPG game which is mainly narrative-driven. The game will be in PS1 style, the gameplay is very simple, and the character dialogue will be very dry and stereotypical. The characters, Carl's inner dialogue, and story will be written mostly with the intent to make the player laugh. Only during a few moments will the game be actually more serious and deep. So let's talk about the actual gameplay. At the start of the game, the player basically has no control. The game and people around Carl force him to do what they want. But then as the game progresses and hints start to appear, the player will gain more and more agency. At first, the player can only choose dialogue. Later, they have the ability to walk around and can only do the things the game allows them to. But the longer the game goes on, and the player chooses to refuse the main story, more and more options for the player starts to appear. As the player tries to gain more agency, the game transforms from a linear story to an open world game. The player has freedom to do what they want in this point of the game. However, every time the player gets more agency, the game will start to resist more. His friends will ditch him, his wife will ditch him, he will get thrown out of his house, etc. The player will then realize more and more hints that he's inside a video game. Because the game will have trouble simulating new environments, new stories, new characters, they will seem off, and the game will humorously play around with this concept. By this time, the player will probably already know what's going on, and they can also give signs, like turning on and off music, pausing the game, or standing still for a long time. Carl will react to all of these situations. Everything the player does has an influence on the game. Once Carl has seen enough hints, he will realize he's inside a game. He will realize he was still not the one in control. He will gain control of the game and the system and transform it into a nice tropical paradise, where Carl is finally in control. During the process of game development, the focus will firstly be on the main life story, without Carl's resistance. Then we will gradually add more and more hints and sidetracks. We will playtest, see where players feel the need to do something, or might need more hints, and add to the game this way. So, what's the point of the game? System is about existence, purpose and expectations. The goal of the game is to make players think about their own life. Many people do what they have been taught to do. They go to school, study, work at a certain company, not because they want it, but because people around them want them to. Or on the other side, you have some people sitting around all day, watching TV or playing video games, because they are overwhelmed by expectations. So, they choose to avoid confronting reality. Deep down, these people want change, but changing can be scary, difficult, and you may get resistance from the people around you. So it's easier to stay where you are. I want System to inspire people to think about where they are in their life, and if this is where they truly want to be. I want the player to see that if they take control over their life, they can have way more possibilities and joy than they might have thought was possible. System is about waking up out of automatic mode, about staying true to what you want and believe, and about letting go of expectations. Well, I hope you enjoyed this pitch video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.